All right. So today we are going to quickly take a look at RevBits email security dashboard. Previously, you have already seen the actual detection engine and the agent and the endpoint version of it and how it works. Today, I will be focusing on the admin panel, its capabilities, and its report, how it shows the reports to the user, and how detailed it is, and the policies and the rules that you can define in email security dashboard, right? So let me sorry, let me share my screen. All right. Okay, so this is the email security dashboard where you will be able to basically see the reports and define the policies and check on the data feeds and maybe even contribute to the data feeds, right? So these are pretty standard stuff. This is the CIP integration where you can switch between the dashboards. This is the light mode and dark mode button, and the language and the notification if there are any. So if this one doesn't have many reports here, but if there were, you should have been able to see all that in here with depending on the number of the emails reported and malicious emails and attachments. So let's get to the first item in our dashboard, which is the reviewing the reports, right? The emails that are detected and reported as malicious. Now we want to see what they are, what information is going to be displayed to us and provided to us in the admin panel, right? So the first one, let's click on one. Okay, so as you can see, this is a sample email that's reported. As you might have seen in other videos, we have a complete IP intelligence integration. So we have the same thing in here. So when you see an email is delivered, we gather all the IP addresses in the header. Sorry, most of the time it's going to be related to the email server because they don't send the IP addresses, but a lot of times the IP addresses also get sent, especially when they're using some other products like what is that? So Thunderbird or some other scripts, right? Automatic scripts. So we find all the IP addresses, then we set them and show them in here. So if you hover your mouse over it, it will show you the ISP, the IP, who the IP range belongs to, and the country, the city, and if the IP address was a VPN IP address, we show that right here. We tell you that this is a public VPN, like some of these public commercial VPNs that you can buy. If it is a Tor dark web internet Tor dark web IP, you will be able to see that right here. And if there is a IP address mentioned in any of the threat intelligence feeds that we have, if it is mentioned in there, we show you that right here as well. So this is general information on the header, who sent to who. These are the test emails that we created. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the detailed analysis done on every single element of the email, right? So this one is a URL, and this is now dead. If it was not a dead URL, you should have been able to see a screenshot of that right here. So you don't even need to visit the site and the page to see how it looks like. You will be able to see the screenshot of that right here. And you will be, again, all the domains and IP host names will convert, we get their IP addresses, and we also show you the intelligence related to that IP address, the country, the ISP hosting and everything. And if you scroll down, you see there's more stuff, right? This is a Proton mail, included the link in there. And as you can see, this is not that URL. So there is a screenshot of it. So you don't even need to visit the site. You just click on a screenshot. It can be a malicious one, or it can be a page impersonation one. So you don't really want to visit those sites. So you can take a look at the screenshot and you will know what it is. And if there was a file and attachment, you should see the analysis. Okay, so there's one, but it's clean, right? So there is one file and it was clean and scanned. If we have a machine learning and virus solver integration in here, but if you want, you can turn all of them off, and these files will not be sent to third party for the analysis, right? And then these are the analysis results for what is found. So the AV scan result did not return anything, but here is some intelligence. There is an embedded OLE object in the file, so we marked it as potentially malicious. And OLE file is an executable. So if we go to, let's say, another report, this one, right? So this one have two, and as you can see, if I hover my mouse over it, it will show me that is coming from 1&1, and it's in Kansas City, and there's not really a threat intelligence going on it, but this is the IP address the script ran and the email was sent from, right? So if I scroll down, same thing, I will be able to see the malicious URLs and redirections and all the information related to the items in the email, right? So this is going to be broken down, all the URLs, the files, the IP addresses, the whois information, all that you will be able to see right here in the email report. And same thing with the virus total and ML scan, right? And if there is a password like this one, right? This is a password protected attachment. You will be able to see the password right here in the dashboard. So you don't really have to do, read the email or anything to figure out the password. So you'll be